Hey folks, welcome to Testing Hacks. In this video, we will discuss about arrays. And in arrays, basically we have two different types. One is single or one-dimensional array and another is multi-dimensional array. In this video, we will learn about one-dimensional array. Before we begin, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. Let's get started. An array is a container object that holds a fixed number of values of a single type. The length of an array is established when the array is created. After creation, its length is fixed. So, in simple terms, what we will do is let's say we are given an memory location here. Okay, if you want to store any values to access that, it requires a memory address, right? So using that, it is easily we can access that particular value. Basically, array is also a container object that holds fixed number of values. And suppose say here we will have certain memory locations. Suppose say this is 0th index, index 1, index 2, index 3, index 4. Okay, in this way, the arrays will be or the values will be stored in the memory location. The length will be what happens is, say this is an example that I have taken, right? Here it starts with index 0. Suppose if I want to create a memory location of 10, okay, size 10. So it starts with 0. That is the reason we can see it ends at the ninth value. But the total amount of memory, how much it has allocated is actually 10. But the value starts with 0 and it ends at 9, right? So after creation, its length is fixed. So if we see the syntax of it, it says data type, array name is equal to new data type and size. Suppose say I want to create an integer. Let's take an example of int. Okay, here int. Let's say in integer a is equal to new int. So let's define the size as 4. So what do you think now? How much memory will be allocated? So 4 fixed memory will be allocated for this particular array A. So what happens is it starts with A of 0 and then A of 1, A of 2, A of 3, yeah, until A of 3 it will be created for this particular array. So this is one type. And another data type is also there. If we don't want to assign it like this, we have another way. First, we will define the data type and then the array name. Instead of creating it using new keyword, we can directly go ahead and assign it with a value. Suppose say 1, 2, 4, 7. Okay, like this. So in that case, what happens is we need not to create it using the new keyword. We can directly go ahead and store it. There is one key difference between both of this. Let's discuss it while discussing the example. So let's get on to the programming now. Let us create a new class here. New and then class, let's say um, arrays, and then check this and then finish. So what I'll do is let us declare an array. Int a is equal to new int of size 10. So now I have just declared an array with the first type in the syntax. Okay. Now I'm going to initialize the value. How initialize the value we will learn it here. So we have declared it in this fashion. So to assign it a value a of 0, it starts with the index 0, right? So a of 0, and now I'll um, initialize the value. A of 1 is equal to, let's say it is 30, and then A of 2 with value 25. Okay. So in this respective memory location, we are assigning the value. Whenever we want to access any specific value, then we have to call it using this particular array and with the index. So suppose if I want to print the value of A of 2. So what I'll do is I'll just simply say system.out.println, and then A of 2 is indexes in the second position, and the array we have created is A, right? Let's execute this. So we got the output. Suppose what if you want to print all of these values? It is simple. We will just put a for loop now. For int I is equal to 0. Let's start with 0th location, and then I less than a dot length. So length is the property of an array which will have the length of that particular array. Okay. How much ever length of the array is there, it will execute till that. It is basically a property of array, and then I plus plus. So let's execute using this. Instead of a of 2, we will print a of I, so that we can print all the values whichever are present in the array. You can see that it looped through 10 values of an array. Okay, there are 10 basically memory locations that we have created, but the value we have stored is just 3, and the remaining are nothing, no values are stored. That's why it is returning 0. Okay, this is one way, and we will define it using another way. Okay, let's comment this, and we will create with another syntax. Int, let's name it as a1 is equal to, instead of new, we will create it with another way. So this is another type where we can create an array and initialize then and there itself. In the respective memory location, the values will be stored. Suppose say now I'll assign a value 12, which will get stored in A of 0, and then 69, which will store in A of 1. Okay, in the same way, let's do it for a couple of them. Okay, then let's end it with semicolon. And now, if I want to, okay, it is out of range, right? Okay. Now what we will do is, okay, it is not there. So A of 1 is what um, we are looping through now. Let's execute this. Now you might notice that here we are able to get only the value which are present for under this particular A1. It did not allocate the memory location for all of them. In this case, what happens is, let's print the length of the array. We will get to know. So let's print the value of the memory location here. Let's say a dot length. As I mentioned, it is the property of an array. So it will retrieve the length of the array, that particular array. And here we will print the value of um, a1 dot length to differentiate. So now let us execute this. Let's comment this statement. Now let us execute this. So you can see that for the first item, how much we have retrieved? We retrieved 10. So that is what it has allocated. So that is one of the disadvantage of using this particular syntax. But when it comes to the another syntax, it has allocated memory location only whenever there is a value. Otherwise, the remaining it won't assign. So that uh, you know uh, the garbage or whichever is not used memory can be saved in the while using this another kind of statement. So this is one major difference between um, using both of the syntax. So this is all about arrays we have learned today. So just recall all the concepts, whatever we have discussed till now. And this is all for this video. Stay tuned for further videos. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.